Hey everyone, I'm Deandra, creator and founder of Devinah Cosmetics, where we help you build your own color story palette or whatever it is that you're building in your palette, one single at a time. If you are new, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Whether you're here in live chat or whether you're here watching the replay, this channel is all about my little world, from makeup to color stories, fragrances, to planner and stationery hauls, sprinkled with a little bit of spooky decor hunts and everything in between that. So there's always something fun for me to share with you. So let's jump in to today's video. I'm super excited about this. First off, happy 2025. This is the first video of the year that we're doing. This one is going to be a get ready with me. It's going to be a story time. We're going to talk about how Devinah Cosmetics, how I started it, how it all came to be. So I hope this would be interesting. I hope will be an interesting video for you to watch. I hope that you like it. And I'm going to get ready as we do this. This is the first time I'm actually doing like a story time type video. So I'm a little bit nervous on how I'm going to do my makeup and talk at the same time. Because listen, let me tell you guys something. If you don't know me already, I am the biggest blabbermouth. For example, when my family calls me and they want to talk to me, I usually do all the talking. And then at the end of the conversation, when I think it's the end of the conversation, I have to ask them, okay, so what's going on? Because I fully take over the conversation. It's so funny. So I hope this doesn't, I'm going to try and keep this down like under an hour so I don't take up all of your time tonight. But I'm excited. I'm just nervous that I might blab too much. So thank you for everybody that's here. I see Kelly is here. Hi, Kelly. You're listening in the car. Oh, cool. This is going to be like a podcast for you. That's kind of cool. Are you able to watch me while you're driving? Don't do that. I can't believe I asked you that. Don't do that. Just listen to me. Happy New Year. If I fall asleep, oh, let me show you guys the comments for those of you that are watching on the replay. So this is Kelly. She's watching us while she's on her way from work. Hi, Kayla. I'm so happy that you came. And Kayla says, if she falls asleep, she will come back for the rewatch. I appreciate that so much. Hi, Andy. How are you? I'm so happy that you're here, getting to learn the story of Devinah. Okay, so just to start off, I already have my bronzer on. For those of you that are curious, my bronzer is Havila, and I mix Havila and Dosny together for my bronzer. That's what gives me my little bit of color. I'm not a blush person. I don't typically wear blush. And then also today for my lips, I got not all, but almost all of the MAC nudes that just came out. But today I'm actually wearing Laced by MAILLE Cosmetics. This is a very pretty nude color. It looks a lot darker on my lips, but that's because I used the MAC lip liner in Plum. So I'm wearing Plum with Laced from MAILLE. And then it blends darker on my lips. So the story of Devinah. Let me just put my hair up so it gets out of my way. So way back, just to start off and give you guys like a little bit of back history. When I was a little girl, I grew up in the 70s. What in the hell is going on with this? I was born in 77, so I grew up in the 80s. And times were different, obviously, back then than what they are now. And ever since I was a little girl, there's just one specific night that I can remember where I was sitting in my parents' front yard, at my childhood home. And it was a late night. It was already dark outside. The stars were out. For those of you that don't know, I was born and raised in Southern California in San Fernando Valley. Everything is on fire out there as we speak, which is insane. But anyways, so the sky was dark and there was the stars all over the sky, and I always thought that I would have my own business. Like, I always dreamed big. I knew that I was going to be a young mother. I was. I knew that I was going to own my own house. I did. Um, and I knew that I was going to have my own company, but that didn't happen until 2015. But with Devinah, but when I became a mom at 19 years old, I was pregnant when I was 18, delivered when I was 19, and I am a boy mom. And I'm going to go into prelusion. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I hope I get this eye look done, you guys. Let's see who else is in here. Kimberly's here. Hi, Kimberly. Born in 72. So I grew up in the 80s. My birthday is Friday. Oh my God, happy birthday. So you know what it's all, I'm sure you see a lot of stuff that goes on today. Hi, Dawn. I'm sure you see a lot of stuff that goes on today, and you're like, that shit would not fly back in our day. Andy, born in 73. Oh gosh, good. We have a lot of 70 babies here. That's awesome. I love it. So anyways, so out of the things that I thought that I was going to do, now I can say that I have successfully lived out all of the little dreams that I had as a little girl. I'm going into prelusion for my eye base. So I have started other companies before Devinah. I only started one company. It was a candle company, and it was back in 1999. It was called Creative Gels. Do you guys remember? I'm sure all of you, most of you will remember when gel candles were really popular. Well, I had my own candle company. I hand poured gel candles. My dad to this day still has the candles that I actually made him. He's a big fisherman. So in gel candles are like crystal clear jelly see-through candles, and you can put a wick in it, light it, and I mean there's more to it as far as making the candle, but you just light it like a normal candle and it burns and melts like a normal candle, but it's clear. It's not, the wax is clear. It's a clear gel. You can make tons of scenes within the candles. So I made him fishing candles. I would buy like different types of trout little figurines, put rocks at the bottom, and it looked like an aquarium. So he still has those to this day. So I started that company, but it didn't pan out. I ended up getting a divorce, and that company was dissolved. So then in between that time and 2015, I worked for a lot of direct selling companies. That's a whole nother topic. If you guys were really big into scrapbooking, which is why I love planners, I've loved diaries and stationery items ever since I was little. Sanrio Surprise, do you guys remember that store at the mall, the Hello Kitty store? Lived in that store. So I've always been into that stuff. So I sold for Creative Memories, and you would have scrapbook parties, and you would teach people how to take their photos and create memory books with a lot of scripting, stickers, scrapbook paper. Scrapbook stores became a big thing. There was scrapbook stores on every corner. Do you guys remember that? These are the good old days. I wish I could go back to that. Okay, before I go on, I got to remember, I have to remember the scrapbook. But this is the color story that I put together today. What do you guys think? I'm feeling like when I put this together, I was like, oh my God, this is too early for me to wear this. It feels more like a February color story. I have Karma. I have to always have Karma on my eyes. I have Karma, Penelope, Bambi. This one down here is Alara. And then I have, this is Frozen Secrets. And I believe this is Ice Kissed. Let me check really quick. Oh, I left my tool downstairs. Yep, it's Ice Kissed. I just wanted to be sure. So I have Ice Kissed and Frozen Secrets. These are the two new shades from Midwinter's Nightfall, if you have them. If you have all of these shades, it would be cool if you put together a little color story like this with these shades and do an eye look and send it to me if you want, if you have them. I'm going to try. I just put this together a few days ago, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm going to use for my Devinah video. Okay, so back to the scrapbooking. So, did creative memories. Do you guys remember Party Light? I did Party Light, candles. I had to get back into the candles. The candles were my vibe. To this day, I still burn tons of candles, mainly wax melts, but I still burn candles to this day. That will always be my love. And what else did I do? Oh, and then I try to get into, I wanted to be a nail tech, but I wanted to be a mobile nail tech. Isn't that crazy? All the things that I've tried over the years. I'm going into Bambi now. I'm going to put Bambi in my cruise. So none of those had, I loved doing it, but it didn't click in me. Like it wasn't the right business. And I really thought the candles were, but I wasn't given the opportunity to actually like go full force in. 2 years, I only did it for 2 years. I landed 3 wholesale accounts with my candle business within those years and the 2 years. And I didn't have enough time to devote myself entirely. And I was a new mom. I had just delivered my second son. I only have 2 boys. I delivered my second son and I didn't have all the time, I didn't have 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to make my business grow, although it did take off fairly quickly. So fast forward to 2013. I was working from home. I started working from home actually in 2005. That's when like the virtual jobs became a big thing. Do you guys remember when working from home, like, oh my God, you work from home? What company is it for? Well, I actually worked for a company that had virtual positions, and I did so well at my job that I became a supervisor, and it was in the education field. So I had a team of people that I had to take care of. I ended up going to school and received my bachelor's degree in business management with a focus on project management. So I do have my bachelor's. I'm very proud of that. I'm not proud of the student loan debt, but I'm proud of having that, accomplishing that. So in 2013 is when it clicked in my head. I am a huge MAC Cosmetics eyeshadow. Single eyeshadows has always been my thing. I can't tell you how many eyeshadows I've gone through of MACs over the years up until 2013. Well, in 2013, when I had hit pan in my last eyeshadow, and I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. Back then, MAC was expensive. I believe the single shadows were $23.99 a piece for one single shadow. And we think $17 right now for a multi-chrome is expensive. Some multi-chromes are even higher priced than that. But that's nothing compared to what MAC single eyeshadows are. But now you don't pay that price for single eyeshadows from MAC. They're much cheaper now. But back then in the 90s and in the early 2000s, they were pricey. They were up there. So I was like, hell no, there's no way I'm going to replace an entire collection all over again. There's got to be a way that I can make this. And that's when it started. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. I have time. I'm working from home. I want to be my own boss. I want to do my own thing. It's just time. It's time for me to do this again. So I did. So this is where the story gets fun. So my son, lived with, at this time, me and Roger, we've already been together, married, everything. And my son would come home from school and I would, oh my God, I feel so bad for saying this, but I would have him watch for Roger when Roger would come home from work. Roger was a foreman at a painting company, a large painting company down in California. And I would tell him, when you hear Roger, when you see Roger coming, you got to tell me so I can put all this stuff away. Cause I didn't want Roger to know what I was doing. I didn't know if I really wanted to get into making makeup and creating eyeshadows. And I didn't want him to see that. I don't know. It was just something I was being sneaky about it and I shouldn't have been, but I was, because I was scared. I was stepping into a new venture and I didn't know what the hell I was doing at first. So there was countless days that my son would be like, "Mom, you got to put everything away. Roger's coming. Roger's coming." So I would grab all my stuff, put it away, and then I'd sit at my desk acting like I'm working, but my shift was already over. And I'm acting like I'm working, and he'd walk in. He's like, "Hi, how's your day?" I was like, "Oh, I'm almost finished." And then I'd leave, and I could not wait for tomorrow, for the next day, so I can get right back at it. It took me quite some time to nail my formulas. So if you don't know, all of Devinah Cosmetic eyeshadows, they're made, blended, mixed by hand. I created my own formula. This is why my mattes are very different than other brands. It's funny when I hear people comparing my mattes to other brands' mattes. My mattes are not labbed. My base for my oxides, you have to use colored oxides and use a base that will make the mattes adhere to your eyes. My base is all my own formula. My color mixtures are all my own formula. I have, like, in order to make Bambi, for instance, I have to use different colored oxides, yellow, brown, black, just to get this color. And then I have to add my base to that mixture in order to make the matte. So everything is made by me, as well as the shimmers. The shimmers the same way. I have micas, I mix micas together, and I also have a base for the micas that I have to mix into the micas as well. So I had a bunch of little vials of things, because at this point I'm just testing. I'm not getting ready to sell nothing. I'm trying to make a product that was comparable to MAC, because MAC is my favorite brand. It still is. I won't buy MAC eyeshadows any longer because I can now make any color of the rainbow that I want to. So there's no need for me to buy MAC eyeshadows. See, I'm talking so much, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. So I had vials and vials of all my ingredients and playing around with everything until I found the perfect formula. And I cried. I was going to give up. It's not easy. It's not an easy task when you're playing with colors. It's not an easy task when you're starting from scratch and you're becoming your own chemist of your own product. But it was fun. It was fun, even though I had a lot of times where I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I even doing this? I don't know what I'm doing and why I decided to do this. But I was persistent. I'm a Libra and I always challenge myself. I've always been this way since I was younger. Everything is like a challenge to me and I want to conquer that challenge. So I kept going and came up with a good formula for my mattes that I liked at that time. My matte formula has evolved over the years and it's still evolving. There's still ingredients that come out and I'm like, oh, this looks like it might be good. And then I'll use that and see how it would act in different products, different matte colors, because not all oxide pigments are created equal. Some of these are little buggers to make. So that's how that started. I was being sneaky, having my son as the lookout. It was so much fun though, you guys. It was so fun. Okay, so when it came time to have my own eyeshadows and it came time for me to build a like a name for my brand. I wanted a name, but I didn't want it to be cheesy because I was never really happy with my candle business name with Creative Gels. It was just too standard to me. So because I had 2 boys and I had my names picked out for my kids when I was little too. I mean, you guys, I had my whole life mapped out for myself when I was a young little girl. I used to drive my mom crazy when I tell her I'm going to have a baby when I'm 19 because that's how old my mom was when she had me. And she would get so mad at me. No, you're not. You're going to get married. You're going to go. She wanted me to do everything right. You're going to go to school. You're going to go to college. You're going to get married. You're going to do this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to have a baby when I'm 19. So I had my whole life planned out for myself. So I was like, there's brands that have names. There's names that are within brands. And I love Devinah. That would be the name of my daughter if I had one. And I love Deja too. And I just kept saying it, Devinah Cosmetics, Devinah Beauty, Devinah Makeup, Devinah Cosmetics, Devinah Beauty, Devinah Makeup. And it felt natural. It felt so natural for me. And I thought, what better way would it be for me to actually have my 2 boys and and that's another thing. I always knew that I was going to have boys, which was crazy too. When I found out that I was pregnant, I knew it was a boy. When we went to go find out, I could not wait until delivery. I had to find out what I was having. Doctor said boy. And I was like, yes, I knew it. I knew I was having a boy. I was so happy. So it just felt natural. It felt so perfect. Now I'm going into karma in my outer corner. I don't know if I should have done that. It felt so natural and so perfect, and it stuck. So, Devinah Cosmetics, it was, and that's how I came up with the name. I wanted it to represent something that was very close to me because as I was going through and making the makeup, I knew that there was potential in this. I knew that I can take this idea and run wild with it, that there would be no limits, no ends to what I could do with this. So I started testing and making eyeshadows, and I only started with, I think it was 12 colors. I was wearing them for a while, testing them, wearing them for a while, changing formula, wearing them for a while, testing, changing formula, tweaking, adding, deleting, just going through the motions, right? And once I was like, oh my God, okay, this has been working great for months now, then I started to make little bulk items. And that's when I had told Roger. And I said, I want to start a little handmade business. And he's like, okay, he very super supportive. He's like, okay, what is it? And I said, well, since since like the last year or so, I have been making eyeshadows. And he's like, what do you mean? And that's when it all started. He was like, you got to be kidding me. Okay, show me what you've done. And he wanted to learn everything and see what I was doing, and he was so supportive. I was so extremely happy, very different from what I experienced in my previous relationship when I had my candle company. So he was all for it. Now, I handmade our envelopes. I didn't bring an eyeshadow up here, but for those of you that have ordered from Devinah Cosmetics, you know the sleeves that the eyeshadows come in. I used to make those little tiny boxes that fit the pan perfectly. I was sitting at my dining room table, you guys. It's the cutest thing. And I think I still have a photo of it somewhere. I should post it on my community tab just so you guys can see. I would go buy scrapbook paper, and I had a paper folder machine that had where you can score your paper. When you score paper, it makes like the crease so that when you fold your paper, it folds evenly and nicely. I had a little tiny box, the tiniest box ever that I would slip the eyeshadow pans in. They were the cutest things. And I used like this watercolor paper that had like it looked like watercolor, like different types of inks and watercolor. So cute. There was no way that I could keep up with making those because I started selling on eBay. There was no Etsy back then. Or was there? I think there was Etsy, but it wasn't as popular, I think, as what it is now. So I started on eBay. And then from eBay, then I went to Etsy. And when I started getting orders after orders, and when I'm saying orders after orders, I'm talking about something small, like 4 orders one day, 3 orders the next, and everything was made to order. I didn't have inventory like what we do now. Everything was made to order. So I'd have 4 orders one day, and it could be the 12 shades that I had, or it could be just for 2, it just depended. Every day I'm getting orders, and I got to the point within the first, let's see, we opened in October. October is when Devinah was born. I want to say it was the following year in 2016 in May. I think it was either May or June. I was begging Roger to quit his job, and he had a very high position at his company, but I could not keep up. I could not do it, and I was stressing. I was stressing because and I quit my job. The virtual job that I had, I quit because I could not keep up with my business, and that was super important to me. That was my dream. That's what I wanted to do. So I quit my job, begged Roger to the point where there was a couple of nights where I was crying, telling him, I cannot keep up with this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need your help. I need your help so bad. So for about, I think it was 3 weeks. I should have asked him before I came in here. I think it was like 3 weeks. He was coming home from work, and he was helping me package up the orders, make the eyeshadows, and press. He was helping me press them. The eyeshadows were already made. I would make them during the day, and then when he'd get home from work, he would help me because we would hand press individually each eyeshadow single. He would help me press, and then we'd package up the orders, and then they'd get shipped out the next day. So he helped me for like 3 weeks, and then he was like, there's no way that I can do this. I'm coming home, I'm helping you, I'm staying up until 2:00 in the morning trying to get these orders done with you, and we're both doing it together. So it's 2 people doing this until 2:00 in the morning, and then I have to wake up before 6 to get to work. I can't do this. So he quit his job. It was so scary, but he did it. He quit. And when he was able to help me, you guys, it was magical. It was so, I think that was 2016 was the best year of my life because that's when everything for us changed. We now became, from a family dynamic, we now became like just a whole dynamic, running our own business. This now became us. It was me and him, and it still is to this day. Super supportive. He has a lot of ideas that I get mad at him for, because it's like, why did you think of that and I didn't? So sometimes I hate on him, and he knows it. So, and he knows when I hate on him by my responses. He'll show me a color or something. I'm like, and then I won't even look at it. I'm like, yeah, I like it. But I won't look at the color because I'm like, how did he do this? Why didn't I think of that first? It's so fun. It's really fun working with him. So he quit his job. He helped me get all the orders out. He helped me. I mean, he's been great. We've been doing this together since 2006. Devinah was started in 2015, October, but together it was May. I believe it was May of 2016 all the way up until today. And this year is our 10-year anniversary. So if you haven't noticed, I have changed our logo. We're doing a makeover. Devinah's getting a facelift. We're changing our brand colors. We're changing our logo, our font. and I'm super excited for everything that's to come for Devinah. I'm so excited. So we had, after in 2016, 2019, we decided to pick up and move from California up to Oregon. And we decided, well, it's not like we knew. We got here in Oregon in February of 2020, like a week before um, everything had changed in the world. And our entire house, our entire business was in our huge moving truck. We packed up and we drove all of our things ourselves up here. And we've been here ever since to 2020. Um, we're new to Oregon. We love it here. And it's been one heck of a roller coaster. I really love that I am so hands-on with my product. I really love that I know what colors I'm going to make. I know when I'm going to have my colors ready. I know when I'm going to have stock available. I am in full control of everything. And that's the most important thing to me, because my customers are the most important thing to me. Without our customers, there wouldn't really be Devinah at all. So because I can control everything that I do here and give it to you guys, it's so important for me to be able to deliver products that you guys are wanting. So within the 10 years, it's only been 9. I'm saying 10 because we're in 2025. In October of this year is when it'll be 10 years. So I'm like gearing up for the 10-year process, because I'm excited about it. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to go into specular now. So this is Karma and Bambi, and I just got to fix it a little bit. But, or you know what? Let me fix it while I'm doing this. I told you I didn't know how I was going to do this and talk and do my eyes at the same time. I'm also using all of Devinah brushes. And then I'm going to check the chat too to see what you guys have to say. Maybe you guys have questions that I can answer while I'm talking. So there we go. I just need to blend that out a little bit. Let's see. Roger saying na 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 na. He probably is, and I'm assuming he might be watching this. Hi, Britt. Britt's here. Hi. Will you be bringing more matte shades in? I sure will. I cannot wait. I have a lot of things planned. Okay, let me see. I think I gotta scroll up. Yes, Devinah is definitely better than MAC. Oh my God, thank you. MAC is still expensive and independent brands are better. Yes. Okay, let's see. Kelly says difficult things can still be fun, but a lot of people don't realize how much there is to owning a business in a creative industry besides the creative part. That's true, because let me explain to you guys. Okay, so there's only so many hours in the day, right? I get pulled every which way possible with my brand, and I have been since day one, because this wasn't, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a slow start to Devinah Cosmetics. I don't know if I want to kind of say maybe because I started on eBay, and I don't, like, I never bought makeup off of eBay in the 2000s. But when I listed my stuff on eBay, I was like, whoa, like even Roger, he's like, wait, you just sold an eyeshadow on eBay? We were both laughing. Like, we could not believe that we made a sale. We were tripped out. Like, that first sale that I got on eBay, we were like, what? No way. Are you serious? And that's when it like hit, like, okay, I need to focus. Like, I really need to focus on this. Oh, it's been one hell of a ride. But back to what I was saying. So there's so much stuff that goes on as far as getting pulled different ways. Not only are we the manufacturer, because we are the lab. Roger and I are the lab. We are in our powders. We have to order our raw ingredients. So we do inventory. We have to mix our ingredients. I have to always make sure that I have base on hand. So if for example, Black Friday, we just came out of the hole from, like a groundhog. I'm thinking of like a little, when I say that, came out of the hole. Black Friday is now over. We can now pull our heads up and look at our inventory and see what needs to be restocked. So let's say, for example, Karma. Karma needs to be restocked. I need to make sure that I have my matte base made in order for me to make Karma, to grab the oxide that I need, blend it with the base to create the eyeshadow. So not only do we have to order inventory, make sure that all of our inventory is stocked, but I also have to make sure that I have base always on hand, blended, ready to go. I have to make sure that I am responding to comments on our social accounts, TikTok, here on YouTube now, since I'm now on YouTube, and Instagram. I have to, let me put on specular really quick. Okay, and then I'm going to dip into Frozen Secrets. So I'm like a social media manager. I don't have anybody that runs my socials. I do it all myself. Everything is done by yours truly. So when I'm commenting, it's me. When you see a comment on your post, it is me. Oh my God, I love this color. So we're everything. We're the shippers, the packers, inventory counters. We have to count inventory before we're the pressers, the cleaners, the sleevers. We have to sleeve every individual eyeshadow. I can't tell you how many pans we had to clean, sleeve, and label for our Black Friday and our Christmas sale. But guess what? Between me and Roger, we got like 500 horsepower. If he's watching this, I know he's probably busting up saying, "Oh my God, she's so stupid." We get work done. When we're doing work, we're on it. But we also work 13, 14-hour days. No lie. Pushing maybe 6 hours of sleep. Maybe more if I get stuck like watching YouTube at night and my mind won't unwind. That's the worst part. When I'm at night, when I want to unwind and my mind is still going. Oh, that's the worst. But we are pushing it. So we are everything. We don't have no customer service manager. We don't have no social media manager. We don't have any managers here that work with us in our studio. It's just us. And that looks really pretty. I knew I wanted to wear this one. Okay, and I'm going to go back into Karma and just get this up. Let me see what you guys are saying. They think we just get to play all day. I can only imagine how much work this was. Okay, and then side note, you guys, just so that you know, I am 100% always covered in sparkles. I don't like it. I do wear a mask. When I'm mixing things up, the sparkles will fly all over the place. It scares me sometimes because I know the mask will cover and not allow me to inhale the sparkles, but I do not like, I get sparkles all in my hair, on my clothes. I have to get a dust roller to take all the sparkles off my clothes, my work clothes that I have. Scrubs. I use scrubs for work. Scrubs are the most comfortable work clothes. If you're ever doing like even house cleaning, if you guys own a pair of scrub pants and the scrub tops, the most comfortable ever. Oh my God, I love them. I look back at our pics. Let me see. We had a James Way. Oh my God. What an act of love on his point. You have a good man. Don't I? I can't agree with you more, Dawn. I do. I do so much. Let me see. I did see the logo change on Instagram. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I love it. Waiting for Blood Moon. Blood Moon will be here soon. I'm hoping to get all of our supplies in before, like, soon. I just need that stuff to get here already. Okay, here we go. Britt says, "What's been your guys' biggest struggle so far?" Our biggest struggle, okay, this might not seem like a struggle to most, or maybe, I don't know, maybe people will understand. I don't know if anybody will understand. Our biggest struggle so far was keeping up on our inventory because we are hand pressed. Actually, if you want to know my biggest struggle is freaking Instagram. I don't know what the hell is wrong with that gosh darn app. I can't. Instagram was my favorite and I cannot stand it anymore. I can't stand Instagram. I don't know what the hell is going on with Instagram. I don't know. That Instagram is my struggle right now, but our hardest, as far as our workload, our hardest struggle so far was keeping up our inventory and hand pressing. We stopped hand pressing individual eyeshadows. We had to take one eyeshadow, put it on the little press that we had, press it. Take another eyeshadow, put it on the press we had, press it. Back and forth, boom, back and forth. It was like an assembly line. We went from doing that up until it was the year that we didn't have Black Friday because our family came up. We had family over. So that was not this year that just passed, not 2020. Was it 2022, I think? Yes, because we had Black Friday 2023. So in 2022 is when we finally decided to sell our kidney, our part of our lung, might as well gave a liver and an eyeball. I swear to God, we got ourselves a press machine that presses 16 eyeshadows at a time. Ever since we got that, it's been so much. We can pump pans out. Roger runs the press machine. I do all the pouring. He'll help with the pouring as well. Um, he pours certain shadows that he's very meticulous about. So he'll pour some shadows, but he runs the press. And I do all the cleaning and the sleeving and the labeling for the most part. And then he'll help me with that. When he sees that I'm getting backed up, he'll help out with that. But that was our hardest struggle, was trying to get inventory, enough inventory for our sales, especially Black Friday, because it is our biggest sale of the year. So now that we have the press machine, dude, with Blood Moon, we had a feeling Blood Moon. Well, there were several that we thought was going to be like hot buys for Black Friday. Some of them from the Winter's Nightfall collection, and we knew Blood Moon because it was a multi-chrome. We knew that one was going to sell well. I'm so amazed. Like, people may not think like, oh, well, that's, you didn't make enough, or you didn't sell enough, or whatever. We made so many Blood Moons that we had enough that lasted all of our Black Friday sale through December into our Christmas sale. I had posted a reel and a short here on YouTube and on Instagram of Blood Moon and Midnight Sun. And then I posted another reel. I think it was the reel that I posted, Blood Moon with the Strillis. That one was the one that I said Blood Moon is now sold out. We made so many of them goddamn pans that lasted us that way. That is awesome for us to be able to make that much inventory and carry us through that. We were so happy about that, because we want everybody to be able to grab the shadows that they want. I'm going back into Frozen Waves on this side. I put Specular on my eye. And now I'm going into Frozen Waves. I'm not Frozen Waves, sorry, Frozen Secrets. So yeah, we were so pumped. Like, fuck yeah, we did it. But that's one thing about eyeshadows. They're very unpredictable on what your top seller will be. You don't know. It's really hard to gauge, which is why I love the idea, and I'm going to keep I'm going to make it a yearly tradition where I end the year with Davina's like best sellers of the year, because I think it's fun to see. I think it would be so fun. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's see what else is going on in here. Kimberly says they are changing how Instagram is run. Yeah, well, I'm not here for it. I have to be honest. I don't know if I could work with family or my partner. That's a lot of togetherness. It is a lot of togetherness. We have our disagreements on things. We have our disagreements on a lot of things. But at the end of the day, like once you're in it, and I think what's easy with me and Roger doing our own like home-based business, I know my role and he knows his role. And because we know what our job duties are, there's not really much clashing, and it works out wonderful for both of us. But I'm not gonna lie, there's times where he doesn't want to do a certain job duty and he'll tell me, oh, go do this. And I'm like, but that's not my job. I'll mess with him. But I'll do it. And then same thing with me. I'll tell him, I don't feel like labeling these. Can you help me? And he'll mess with me, be like, that's not my job. But he'll do it. Like we mess with each other, but we make it fun. But there is things like our duties that we know. It was just something that it wasn't even like we didn't tell each other, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're going to do this, 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 and this, and I'm going to do this, 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 and this. It just, that's how it ended up like meshing into a job position. It just happened very naturally, very organically, and we've just kept it that way all of this time, and it works for us. But yeah, we do, he wants to do some things and I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. And I want to do some things and he's like, no, you're not doing that. But for the most part, I love it. I love that we're able to do this together. And I love that I'm supportive of him. I love that he is supportive of me. I love that he has color ideas in his head. Like there's already a color idea that he wants to get to work on. We're just waiting for something to arrive. But he already has like in his head this color that he wants to make. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I know that whatever is in his head, it's going to come out really good. So I'm trying to think like, okay, what am I going to do to top this? What am I going to do? It's so much fun. But yeah, so that's pretty much the story of Devinah in a nutshell. So I started it way back then in 2015. That's when I actually went live with the brand. But in 2013, it was like 2 years before, actually a little bit before that too, when I was playing. But like when I started really focusing and honing in on my ingredients and my bases, because I needed to start with my bases first. I could play with color all day long and mix colors and make a shade, but it's nothing without your base. You have to have your base in order for it to apply on your face and stay on your face. So when all of that came together, I really was able to hone in on that and focus in 2013. So from 2013 until October 2015 is when that was like my time frame of testing, trying, tweaking formulas and doing all of that. And it has been, I wouldn't change this for the world. It's really easy from my understanding to, you know, open up, like, to buy a palette and make your own color story and sell it, but when you're actually so heavily involved in doing this, like, this is work. I have to work for what I'm doing. I have to work for it. I'm taking Karma on my little pencil brush, and I'm gonna put this in my waterline. Do you guys see my mirror? You do. This is truly special to have your own work appreciated. I love, you guys know this already, but for any of you that are new here, I wear eyeshadow in my waterline. It lasts all day on me. I've always worn eyeshadow in my waterline. I can't do pencils. I find that it makes my eyes water more if I use pencils. I do have allergies, so I have to, if I want to wear makeup, I want to make sure that my allergies don't flare up, especially within my eyes. Okay, so that's Karma. Oh, I really love the way this looks. Now I'm going to go, so this is what we used so far. I used Karma in my waterline right now. This is Frozen Secrets. This is from Midwinter's Nightfall. And then I used, that's all over my lid. And I used Bambi in my crease. And now I'm going to take, oops, wrong brush size. I'm going to take Alara and I'm going to put that on my lower lash. I'm going to blow it out. And I love, we're at 51 minutes, you guys. I love a blown out lower lash line just because I have wrinkles down here. Your girl is old. I'm not really. I'm only 47, but my skin is nice and textured down here with crinkles and wrinkles. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Roger and his eyeshadows. Oh my God, Britt, yeah, I told you all about it on your TikTok live. Hi, Sue. Oh my God, thank you so much. You're thoroughly enjoying hearing my brand story. Thank you. Thank you. So do you, Kayla and Kimberly. Andy, okay, so you would trip out. I've tried every damn foundation, right? And I still can't believe that I go back to this foundation. You would never believe what it is, but I can't help it. On my skin, I love the way this foundation looks. This is Wet n Wild Photo Focus. It's the dewy foundation, but I put powder on. I put the Photo Focus. I have one right here. I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This one is the banana, but I use the translucent. Jesus, I can't even talk. I know I'm talking too much. Let me take a drink. I know I'm talking too much when I start slurring my words. My foundation color is cream beige. It's the closest one that I can wear because I have an olive undertone and my grays. You guys, when I do my next video, this is going to be gone. Okay, I've had gray hairs since I was 12. I have Cuban blood in me, and all the Cubans on my Cuban side of the family, they all are gray at a young age, and I started, and now I'm debating whether to let all my grays, because I mean, I have them they're all over the place. I'm debating whether to let because I would love to have silver hair or gray hair, you know, like silver, and then do a tint over that. I'm debating whether or not to let these grow out, but I'm really scared to do that because I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready for it. But anyways, it's my Photo Focus foundation in cream beige. It's the dewy. And I love this more than the high-end foundations. Like, why do I spend 40 something dollars on a foundation when I come back to this? I don't understand. I don't get it. I always come back to Wet n Wild, and it's only I think it's $7. I don't even know how much it is. $7? I always come back to this. Oh, I love the way this looks. Wet n Wild photo focus is so good and so cheap. I love their OG formula. Oh, let me put this on the screen. I love their OG formula and dewy, even on my combo skin. You do? Hi, Carolina. Thank you for stopping in. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but I appreciate you being here. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is about Photo Focus by Wet n Wild. I don't know. I love the way it looks. When you're ready, I know you're talking about my hair color, right? Because I am so envious of yours, big time. Every time I see your photos, I'm like, oh my God, I love this. But I don't know if I'm ready yet. I would love to have the hair color. I just don't know if I'm ready to let this grow out and then have that growth, like the difference in the growth. So if this grows out 4 or 5 inches, and then it'll be dark, from here up, it'll be dark, and then this will be the salt and pepper. I don't know if that's what I'm ready for that type of look. And I also don't want to bleach my hair. So I'm just like, I'm stuck. I don't know what I want to do. You just bought the House Labs for $49. Oops. Yeah, for $49. And I prefer the Wet n Wild over that. You see? You know how many bottles you could have bought of the Wet n Wild for that price? I'm telling you, I don't know what it is that's in this stuff. And I don't care. You know how people, when it first came out, people are like, oh my God, this is the worst foundation. It smells like paint. It goes away. It goes away so fast. I don't know why people complained about the smell. That didn't bother me. I was not tripping over that. I love the way it looks. Okay, now I'm going to go into Penelope, which is this color here. And I'm going to put that under Alara. I think I'm going to darken up Alara though. I didn't bring this down enough because I know we're going into almost the hour and I want to try and hurry because I don't want to keep you guys here. So that's how Devinah was born. It was born by me being sneaky, knowing that I wanted to start I wanted to give it a try because it's just in me, you guys. It's in me to have my own business. It's in me to be my own boss. It always has been. And oh, that looks pretty. I need to darken this up. And out of all the things that I have tried, out of all the businesses that I have tried, this is the only one where it's felt right. Like it's felt natural. It's felt like it's a no-brainer, if that makes sense. It's felt so like comfortable. Oh yeah, there we go. Now I darken that one up a little bit more. I just need to do my inner corner. My inner corner, I'm going to pop in Ice Kissed. Ooh, I love this. Okay, let me see. I just need to do a little bit of my specular. Do you guys have specular? I've been raving about this, not because this tube is almost out. Damn, I went through a whole tube. Come on. There we go. I hardly have any in there. I'm telling you guys, specular. Not just for sparkle. That's why it's called sparkle and shimmer glue. You use this for any type of mica-based, sparkle-based powder. I promise you. I promise you. Oops, shit. I put too much on this one. I promise you, you will love it. Okay, so I'm going to take, and I've used all of different, do you guys want to know like each brush that I'm using for each application? For those of you that have the Devinah brush set, this is all I use. I've bought every brush set from every brand. I can't be using big fluffy brushes. I ain't got the lid space for it. And you guys, it's just like with foundation, like how foundation is so expensive, and you see people that put it on and it looks so freaking flawless and skin-like, and then you go to try it and it looks like crap on you. You know what I mean? I know you guys know what I'm talking about because I hear people talking about it. Well, I see people using like those big ass fluffy eyeshadow brushes to like blend and blow out color, and I'm like, my God, I want to do that so bad. I want to do that so bad. And I have brushes here that I just haven't, there's some that I haven't decluttered because they're put up on my shelf in my cute little display in my little container. And every time I go to grab one and I try it, I'm like, what was I thinking? Why did I want to even do this? I already know that I can't use it. I can't do that on my eye. I can't use big fluffy brushes and blow out eyeshadow and make it all, I can't do it. My eyelids are too small. Oh yeah, that looks so pretty. This is Ice Kissed. So let me know on my next Get Ready With Me. Let me know. Damn, I don't even know if I'm going to do another one. You guys got to tell me if you like this. This is like my first true one. It's a perfect fit. You do such a great job, Deandra and Roger. Thank you, Britt. Where's my mouse? It's hiding in all my stuff. You have to mix House with the glowy primer. I started going silver at 17 and my sons are at 14. I stopped coloring my hair years ago. Get low lights for your hair until it's long enough to stop coloring. I love Devinah's creation story. Thank you so much. Thank you for the tip, and thank you. I'm glad you liked the story. I figured this would be a good way to start the new year. So you guys get to know more of the backstory, the back end. So now that you guys know, for everybody here with me now, and for all of you watching on the replay, now you guys know that I was being sneaky. And my son was saying, Mom, he's coming. Put all your stuff away. That's truly how it started. That was like the start of it all. And to this day, Roger he'll throw it in my face like, oh, you're being sneaky, huh? You're being sneaky. What else were you being sneaky about? And I'm like, dude, nothing. That was it. I'm trying to figure out something to where we both can work, not have to work for somebody else. We're working for ourselves. Because I needed him, you guys. I needed him to quit his job and come do this with me. No, there's no way. And there's times where I feel like we may need to have more help, but we manage. And if we were to have more help, that means I would have to pay. Well, it doesn't matter. Even if I had like a social media manager, I would have to pay. And I'm not trying to, everything is funded by us. All of this was all started with just my income and Roger's income when he didn't know about it. This was all started with that. And I've only raised Devinah Cosmetic prices once in the 9 years and 2 months that we've been in business, October, November, December, January. Oh, what is today? Today is the 8th. So on the 1st, technically, it's been 3 months. So 9 years, 3 months. We've only raised our eyeshadow prices, our product prices, only once. When it comes to the post office, we only increased our shipping prices once. We've never, and things this year have gone up, and I still do not want to raise. We're gonna manage. We're gonna try and manage without raising our prices. We're gonna try and get it done, guys. Try and get it done, because the post office is tripping, and we don't have Ulta volume, like as many orders as Ulta gets, or even like Bath and Body Works, like big stores like that. We need to be that big in order to get a discount from the post office. They quoted us. We have to ship over, I think it was 275,000 packages $275,000 a month in order to qualify on, it's called like a cubic rate or something like that. Okay. That's not, we're not doing no 275,000 packages a month. Would I love that? I don't know, you guys, because I'd be working Roger to the goddamn bone. I just want to deepen this up a little bit more because you know I love my black. That looks so pretty. Okay. Let me just fix this. I didn't bring this brown up enough. I talk too much. Jeez. Hi, Melina. I see you. I'm just trying to blend this out right here. Hi, Melina. I'm a little late, so I'm going to have to watch a replay. I love your primers. Thank you, Melina. Let me see. What else are you guys saying? I'm enjoying this. Please do another one. You want another get rid? Don't I talk too much? I think I do. I have specular and let me see. What are you saying, Kayla? I have specular and I'm not sure if I apply too much or am not fast enough, but my lids still crease when I use it. You're probably using too much. You don't want to use, you want to do a light layer and tap it on. And then you want to, are you swiping your eyeshadow on? You want to pat your eyeshadow so it sticks. This is like a glue adhesive, so it's sticky. So you want to pat onto your adhesive. I have zero problems, and I have the most oily eyelids ever. Oh, thank you guys. Brett, USPS is tripping. Oh my God. No, you don't talk too much. Thank you, Kimberly. Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to have to talk, right? If we're on a YouTube channel, that's what we're doing. So yeah, so that is the story behind Devinah. So this year, you guys, I'm so excited. I have some cool ideas for videos that I'm going to be doing this year. We have some cool things that are coming out this year that I'm really excited about. We're changing our brand colors. We're going from the hot pink. Now the hot pink was also, that's another thing behind the hot pink. So when I was naming and thinking of what I wanted this to be, like the name of this to be, I wanted it to be, which is weird because I'm such a spooky gothic type of person, and I didn't name it in that way. I went more for like, this is, well, because makeup is, to me, it's more, you know, it's, I put on makeup. So if I had a girl, I'm going to play makeup with my daughter. And I just felt that was fitting, like to name this. So the birth of a new company is like having a child. Literally it is. Britt, you're a bar owner. You know what I'm talking about. Like, isn't your Britches dance bar like your baby? And when people tell you like you shouldn't have an emotional attachment to your business, they're full of shit. That's what you started that from scratch. You have every blood drip, tear drip, everything is within your business that you created. There's no way that you can be like zero emotions within your brand. So I wanted it to have meaning, and the name Devinah was perfect for that. So if I did have a girl, like I wanted her whole room to be Wizard of Oz, like decorated and things. And the color hot pink and black was something that I loved growing up as a child. And I didn't get to experience that with a daughter. So that's where the hot pink came in. That's where, you know, all the branding that I have, that's where all of that came in, because it's something that I was still in that mommy mode of like, oh my God, this is like my baby. So now Devinah is grown up. She's going to be 10 this year. And she is now developing into something a little bit better this year. So I'm super, super excited for everything that is to come. I cannot wait. I could totally envision a gorgeous goth babe with the name Devinah, right? That's what I'm saying. And Deja, I love the name Deja too. Britt Clark says, what is that? How many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3. What is that? 10,000%? 1,000,000%? 1,000,000%. See, and only it's funny because only business owners can understand where another business owner is coming from. There's a lot of people who may not have um, ever started a business, and they're very quick to say like, "Oh, you shouldn't have any emotions in your business." I've heard that from a lot of people. You shouldn't, you need to not care as much. No bullshit, because if I don't have a business, I don't have food on my table. I don't have food in my refrigerator. If I'm not taking care of my business, then how the hell am I going to survive? I ain't got a job. This is all I do. So I have to be fully invested in what I'm doing. Fully invested. Um and I mean on a whole scope, financially, emotionally, mentally, everything. I have to be fully invested. If I'm not fully invested, then I'm only hurting myself. So that was the start of Devinah, and I am so happy. I'm super happy too that we ended up bringing this channel to life, because it's always been a dream of mine to be able to connect with everybody. A lot of people in the beginning, I still hear it now. I still hear it every now and then that Devinah Cosmetics is one of the only brands that engages with everybody. And it's because I love to do that. So bringing this YouTube channel to life, it's just another way for me to always have this constant connection with everybody, because I love it. I love it. I love doing this. So I think this is my eye look that I did with my little color story. I should have done my hair earlier today. But oh my God, look at this, you guys. I got to get this taken care of on my next video. It's going to be done. Oh, and I need to go get my hair trimmed. I think I need to get that done pretty soon, but I cannot wait for my next video. You guys, if you are interested in fragrance, I have another video that I'm going to schedule. Come hang out with me if you want. It's going to be another fragrance video. I'm excited for that. So the birth of Devinah. I hope this was fun for you. Thank you so much. This video is 1 hour and 12 minutes long. I cannot believe it. Thank you so much, you guys, for sticking with me and hearing this out. Owning a business is so much harder than anyone thinks it is. Now, I own a business in the makeup industry. Britt Clark owns a bar. And if you guys don't know who Britt Clark is, you've got to go watch her. I'm actually fangirling right now because I found Britt Clark not makeup. It was not even makeup related at all. It was all for her Candle Day before the semi-annual sale in December, Candle Day, that Bath and Body Works does. And I fell in love with her videos. I fell in love with her, like her scent descriptions and the scents that she loves. And I would watch her ever since after that. And then she ended up connecting somehow. I forgot how we did this, but now we're friends. We chat here and there when we can. We're both busy. And she's great. I love her. And I'm so happy that she's here with us. So thank you, Britt, for being here. This was awesome. Thank you. You're welcome, Kimberly. Thank you for hanging out with me and everybody else here in the live chat. Thank you for being so kind. You're so welcome. I'm so glad that you were here too with us. I think of you every Candle Day, and so do I. When I know that Candle Day is coming, I'm like, oh my God, Britt Clark, she better do a goddamn video. I want to see it. All right, guys. So that's a wrap. This is it for tonight. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that button. You know which one I'm talking about. Thumbs it up, even thumbs it down. I noticed I got some thumbs down, which is cool because either way, it helps my channel. And since this is a live channel and I do go live a lot, Instagram doesn't really push out the lives as much as I do like a recorded filmed video. So please be sure that you do like this video on your way out. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the Devinah Cosmetics story. If you have questions about Devinah, I'll be more than happy to answer. You know I love chatting with you. You know I'm a chatterbox. So drop that down below. But also subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have you here. If you're interested in makeup, color stories, fragrances, planner and stationery stuff, because I love that too. I'm always sharing all of the little different things that I obsess over. But if you are interested in building your own color story palette, one single at a time, I'm your girl to help you with that. So is Devinah Cosmetics. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Stay creative, stay spooky, you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good night.